Hello everyone, I'm Critical Gamer and welcome back to Company of Heroes 3, the series where I show you how I like to play each faction. Today's video it's about the British forces or the UK. So this is my third attempt at recording this video, so let's hope the third time it's the charm. So in this video I mostly want to show you how I like to play with the Indian artillery battle group and the Australian defense battle group. So hopefully if we can find some nice games that don't end in 10 minutes, I might get the chance to showcase you how I like to play with this faction and in particular with these two battle groups, because they offer some pretty interesting choices. Okay, so we found a game and we are on Barco di Gabbes, and anyway I can see the enemy, it's all duck, and we have two elite infantry battle groups that are a possibility and three Panzer Jägers Commandos battle groups. Okay, so because we are on this map where there is a 3 fuel cost, this point gives a lot of fuel, and because we are against 3 duck players, I'm going with the Australian battle group, and I will explain you why really quickly. So, duck, as I explained in the last video, they rely a lot on their vehicles and fuel. And I think one of the UK biggest weakness is not having any reliable way to deal with light vehicles in the early game. So the Australian battle group gives you access to the 2-pounder, and the 2-pounder is amazing at taking care of light vehicles. With this I mean the 250 half-track and the flak whirlwind. These two vehicles, which are usually some of best of duck, get completely countered by the 2-pounder. Of course, you still have to be careful about how you use it, but in general, the 2-pounder makes the UK early game a lot easier against duck. So, you know, I think this is a pretty good match up to show you. So anyway, my opening strategy with the UK, it's engineer followed by quickly building a command structure, quickly followed by 1 infantry section and 1 dingo. You may notice that as the Australians, you get access to the Australian infantry. The Australian infantry is really good, but I do not recommend going for it right away. I believe Australian infantry works a lot better when you have more troops on the field, while only having the Australian infantry on its own or with some engineers, it's not nearly as good. You want your Tommies and your Australian boys to work together. That's when you have your true power. Okay, let's retreat the dingo because I don't want to lose it already. The dingo, it's a really good unit, but it's also really fragile. It has this artillery ability and the healing ability, which I am a really big, huge fan of. Okay, so let's get the 2-pounder because I predict we are going to see a lot of enemy vehicles in a second. Okay, so we managed to capture the point, but I did take some damage on my engineers. So let me pop up some healing abilities for this infantry section and for this engineer. Oh god. Okay, so there are some infantry there, but my Tommies, as I said in my previous video, they are a long-range infantry. So this kind of engagement is favorable for me, because they are not behind the cover, and it's also a 2 versus 1, so you know, there is no way I'm going to lose this, but you see, being really far away makes this infantry better. Okay, now you can go and capture this territory. Okay, there are some more enemies here. So let me get my 2-pounder on the field, just preemptively. Okay, I think I can retreat this guy because it's taking really too long to repair. that is a thing. If you have an engineer squad that has lost some members, it's going to take longer to repair. So, you know, keep that in mind. If you want a faster repair, you need more soldiers. That is a flamethrower team. That might be dangerous. Against flamethrowers, try to put your infantry squads really far away, so the flamethrower damage will be mitigated. Okay, I don't want to lose the dingoes, I want to go back. And now I think it's a good time to get some Australian infantry. Oh my god, I really came close. 2 health points. I come unbelievably close to losing my dingo. Okay, they are attacking a victory point.
Come on, ladies, while we're young.
The enemy has our victory points now.
The bloody enemy!
Oh god, there are a lot of enemies. Now that might be a problem. I need to purchase the upgrade for my infantry so they can use grenades. I think I saw a vehicle. Yeah, there it is, Flak Whirlwind, what I was talking about. I'm going to show you just how great the 2-pounder is against that vehicle. Ah, but looks like I might not even have to do that. Okay, so you can see that the 2-pounder, it's an option you can choose. The other being structure. So my ally used the same battle group, but they went not for the 2-pounder but for the structure. So this is the Beaufort, which, you know, it's cool, it's great, it does its job. So my dingo is finally back into action. That guy is back over there, you can go back and repair. Let's upgrade the sniper rifles for my Australian infantry, because it looks like I might have to use them right now. Oh jeez, Flak Whirlwind. Okay, so I lost my dingo, but I'm going to make him pay by losing the Flak Whirlwind. Okay, so I lost my vehicle there, but a dingo for a Flak Whirlwind, it's a much better trade-off for me. So I'm fine with it. Also, my Australian almost died, but thanks God I managed to save it last second. So over here we got some more enemy infantry, but these guys got SMG while I got my snipers. Well, they are not really snipers, but I like to call them that because they are more effective on long range. It just makes it easier. So our next option is between nascondiglio rinforzato per le risorse. This one increases your economy, but I like this because it allows for some really interesting play. Okay, so I cannot win that engagement, so let's fall back. I might have to build this just because my infantry is so hurt. Then we have this. This is another ability which can help with logistics. So let's say, oh, I need ammunition. So if I click this truck and click on this point, there's going to be this little truck. The truck goes from the base to the ammunition point, from the ammunition point all the way back to the base. And if I defend it, I will just get the resource. So right now we are fighting some more Panzer Grenadiers, so let's try to take care of them. Okay, another Flak Whirlwind. Yeah, as I said, Duck uses a lot of light vehicles. So now, the 2-pounder has an amazing ability, which is target weak point. So if he doesn't miss, what this ability does, it disables the weapons of the enemy tank or enemy vehicle in general, and it always penetrates. So you can use the 2-pounder against a King Tiger. If you don't have the ability, that might be a little bit of a problem, but in general, this ability, it's amazing, and it synergizes really well against another unit of this battle group. So the 2-pounder has another unit that you can use, which is really cool. Okay, so I did something really stupid right there. I wanted to showcase the flare mines, which are one of the abilities of this battle group. Okay, 2-pounder, we need you. I shall also get a Stuart and probably build my final structure. Okay, but thanks God we get the kill, because the 2-pounder is amazing. It does less damage, but has a better fire rate, which against light vehicles, it's exactly what you need. So let me replace the Australian infantry I lost, because I did a really bad play. Okay, so you can see my truck made it to the base, and I got a lot of ammunitions for it. So that's really good. By the way, if you play the UK, don't forget about this building. This building offers upgrades to your units. So you can upgrade your infantry, your team weapons, your light vehicles, and heavy vehicles. In particular, in this battle group, I suggest you always upgrade infantry and team weapons. Infantry, because you have your normal infantry, which is always good to upgrade, but also your snipers from Australia. And team weapons, because getting a faster firing rate and more experience on your 2-pounder, it's great. Like, you know, the 2-pounder has already a natural faster firing rate. If on top of that you get another boost on the fire rate, this becomes pretty much an anti-tank machine gun. So we have 6 command points, and our final choice on this side is between the crippling barrage artillery barrage, which it's fine, but my favorite it's the archer. So the 2-pounder, it's amazing against light vehicles, but it can struggle against heavier vehicles. So the solution, you use the archer. The archer fires slowly, but it has a lot of damage and penetration. So the 2-pounder combined with the archer have probably the best anti-tank synergy in the entire game, which I don't think should be underestimated. Anyway, my another Australian ally over here building a 70-pounder structure. The 70-pounder is also good with the 2-pounder, because what is the archer if not just a more mobile 70-pounder, am I right? So the Australians have this marking ability, which allows to just melt infantry. So if you have problems with, you know, some infantry which is just being like really annoying, the Australian infantry got you cover. On top of that, Australian infantry can also build a lot of structures alongside the flare mines. They can build a machine gun nest, but they can also build this really special structure which is called the Sangar fortification. Pretty much these are just like sandbags, except they are one way only, which means only you can make use of them. So you know, that's really cool. Anyway, over here we can see a fight between an M8 Greyhound and an L6, and it looks like the Greyhound won, our final choice. So we have extra repair. This gives 100 extra health on vehicle. So you see, my archer has 480 health. If I give him extra repair, he will have 580 extra health. And you know, having extra health can make the difference between losing or keeping a vehicle alive. So, yeah, extra repair is cool, but the another ability, defend the line, it's by far the better one. Why? Well, this one synergizes really well with this, but what this ability does is it makes all structure take 40% less damage, and it restores health for 45 minutes. Oh, there is a vehicle here, so let's get my archer and 2-pounder combo going. Anyway, I wouldn't mind if there was like a medical truck somewhere so I can heal my infantry. Okay, so the battle is almost over, so the last thing I want to show you is whenever I get a Stuart and I'm playing this battle group, I always go for the Commander Stuart. And you might wonder why it's that. because Commander Stewart increases the accuracy of all nearby infantry. So sadly, I cannot show you the last ability because the battle is over. Looks like we already won. Ooh, a Pershing! This is a rare find nowadays. You don't see many Pershings on the battlefield. So, you know, pretty cool. But anyway, yeah, this was much or less the Australian battle group. So yeah, as I said, I really like to use this one against Duck, because the 2-pounder it's amazing in the early game and also in the late game, just because of this ability alone, being able to disable enemy weapons. Like, imagine a King Tiger, it's about to get a kill on my Stewart. I can use this ability and the King Tiger it's not be able to shoot, and I can like retreat my Stewart to safety. But yeah, overall I will say this was a really great game, also really good played by my allies like this guy, DLVO1234 which just completely captured this entire area, and my American ally which did a great job on this area. So yeah, Pershing over here, pretty cool. But anyway, this covers everything for this battle group, so I will say let's move to the next one. Okay, so we found a game, and it's a 2 vs 2 in Semois. So as I said last time, I want to show you the Indian infantry battle group, because there is a really fun strategy you can do with it. So I hope I get the chance to showcase it to you. So of course, always going for my engineer Tommy's dingo combo, my reliable opening.
Moving out, chums. Sappers reporting. Get to your orders. Head into our destination now. Take your stations. We're heading out. Steady on. Stop round me taking, boys.
Okay, so I got my first engagement. So in many maps, it's a good idea not to like capture all of the territory or something. Okay, so I got a little distracted over there. So as I was saying, in some maps it might be really good to get an advantage point. In this map in particular, this church, it's the best advantage point you can get. Because it gives all your infantry protection and it covers the victory point, so you know, it's just like really good, just in general. Another good point, for example, it's this another building my enemy has taken. So I took some unnecessary casualties there, but I feel like we're still doing good, so there is no problem there.
Rifle grenades and anti-tank grenades are now available.
Okay, so we managed to retain the middle, so that's good. Okay, this time I will pay attention if he tries to throw a grenade.
Sector is in enemy control.
Okay, so we can get War Cry, which is the first ability, which is really important in this battle group. There is another ability which is Courage, but I don't like it.
Military sector lost, Commander.
This time I saw the grenade, and I didn't go for it. Take that.
We're losing a fuel point.
Okay, so we managed to force them off. There are a lot of enemies right in my base. Look like they're trying to blob infantry.
Supply lines broken. We have sectors isolated out there.
Okay, I can get my second building up, finally. Okay, so the engineers, I at least force them to retreat. You need to capture that point back ASAP. You also go there and support. The Dingo is honestly a pretty good unit. But you have to be careful with it, because you can't just play recklessly.
We've lost a sector.
Sappers reporting. And here we go. It's captured. Right foot down.
Okay, flamethrower teaching them a lesson.
Orders, sir. Stop off your asses. Move.
Okay, so you place a mine and then repair the dingo.
Get to repair.
Rifle section ready!
Oi, gear up and move.
Okay, next part we can get the Gurkha, which are the specialized infantry for this battle group. So the Gurkha can be upgraded with either Thompsons, submachine guns or the Bren. And I'm gonna be honest, the Thompsons 9 times out of 10 are always the better option, just because first of all, the Thompsons are a part of the strategy that I want to show you. But second of all, the Bren, you know, it's fine, but it's not really what I like to use. Also because the Bren on the Gurkha, it's a little strange. Because if you give your infantry section the Bren, they can't shoot while moving. Instead, the Bren of the Gurkha can shoot while moving. So that is a little confusing. Why one can do but the other can't. There is just no explanation whatsoever. Okay, so we can see the Gurkha doing some good damage. I like to play the Gurkha as a really close range infantry. And the Warcry incentivizes this, because Warcry makes your infantry run faster and do more damage. See how we got the kill on that infantry section? So for example, these Jaegers are a long-range infantry, a little bit just like our Australians of the last games or our Tommies. When you get right up into their face, they tend to die pretty fast. Ah, damn it, he actually managed to escape. Okay, so let me get my infantry upgrade. Okay, so this is some good healing from my dingo. It's healing these, it's healing these, it's healing these. We managed to recapture the point, that's great. Okay, so we have another choice between the heavy mortar or extra artillery. So this one, it's a mortar you can get on the field. This one makes your artillery better. Usually I always go for this, but for this one occasion, I think I might actually go for the mortar. And you might wonder why, and that is because the mortar comes with a tall-in truck. And if I can get a truck right now, I think I will be really happy. Okay, so there is a 2-2-1, that can be pretty dangerous and also kind of annoying. Can you guys not shoot? You're out of range. Okay, whatever, no worries. I got my dingo on the job. Come on. Okay, I got my mortar. So, you know, the cool thing about this mortar, like, the mortar itself, it's nothing crazy. Like, you know, it's a good unit. It's not like it's bad, but it could be better. But what I think makes it worth it, it's the truck. Because the truck allows me to resupply my infantry. So having the two of them together allows me to, you know, micromanage a little easier. Oh, but they are hiding in the building. Okay, grenades then. If you want to hide, be my guest. And they are gone. So anyway, as I was saying, the 4.2 inch compared to normal mortars, it does a lot more damage, which makes sense, it's bigger. It also has more range. However, it doesn't have a 360 range, like it can only shoot in like this arc. But of course you can just move it around, so it's not a big issue. Okay, and over here we have another really important decision. So we can have looting or infantry like volunteers. This one gives you more resource. This one makes you save more manpower. Honestly, both of these are really good, but because I see I have really little ammo, I think I will go for this, so I can start making more ammunition for myself. Looks like my ally is having a little bit of a trouble. He has been pushed back. But I am doing my part, capturing my side of the map. But maybe I can like maybe try to help him with my mortar, with some indirect fire. Like, you know, when you play team games, you have to worry about your side of the map. but you also have to worry about your teammate. Being a good teammate, it's the difference between a good player and an excellent player. Oh yeah, it's the 2-2-1. Oh, and there is also a flak. Yeah, this unit, really dangerous, can do a lot of damage. To give an example, this flak 30, it can kill a dingo in 4 seconds. Oh god, there is an ability. Retreat. Okay, I walk right into that one, so that was a bad play by me. Please hit this gun and now run away. I'm gonna leave this flak 30 here, so my ally can make use of it whenever they want. Okay, let me retreat my Gurkha, because I don't want them to be overextended. You go ahead and capture this point. You can now finally be a medical truck, which is what I wanted. Okay, let's get to the Steward, really important. Okay, my ally finally got a Safi, which means these two... Oh, there are 2 of them. Yeah, the Safi, it's a specialized tank destroyer, but it's also a light tank, so it's a bit of a hybrid. Okay, so I think it's time I finally show you what the Gurkha are truly capable of. So I'm getting closer to the enemy. I see there is a lot of action over here. Okay, so I'm going to... Oh, I don't have the ammunition. Okay, never mind. Let's not purchase this, okay. Okay, look at this. Look at the Gurkha, man. Look at the Gurkha. So pretty much, the Gurkha have the ability to become Usain Bolt and do like a 1000-meter dash. And I don't think I need to explain why that is super overpowered. So pretty much what happens is a Yogurkyle increase speed by 50%. And Warcry increases speed by 40%. So when you increase them and put them together, they become really, really fast. And combined with the Tommy's upgrades, it makes for some really funny moments. Where you can literally just run faster than the enemy is retreating. So you know, I'm a huge fan of that. I really dislike using infantry blobs because I think they ruin the core gameplay. But sadly, they are really effective. But I heard from the latest patch that they are going to fix this, so you know, I'm really happy about that. So I can't wait for the changes where they are going to nerf infantry blobbing and also vehicle blobbing. So we have this ability over here, Sbarramento Aereo Esplosivo Fuori Mappa. This ability, it's honestly really good. Like, if I get a chance, I'll show you what it does, like maybe right here. So this ability, it's useless against tanks, but it's absolutely overpowered against infantry. So pretty much what it does, it shoots from the sky this explosive barrage that does no damage to tanks, but does a lot of damage to infantry. So yeah, if your enemy is blobbing infantry, this one is your best friend. And now we have our last option. So we can get perimeter control or the 5.5-inch long-range artillery. So this one, it's a more defensive ability. What it does is, if there is an enemy in your territory, it will get shot by artillery. It's really good if your enemy is in your territory, but you don't have a way to defend right away. This one instead, it's really good if the opposite happens. Your enemy is playing really defensive and you want to attack. So I think I'll take this and maybe I'll build one right away. You have to be careful about how you use Warcry because it's a really short time ability. It doesn't last. It lasts only 15 seconds, so you know, be careful about that. Okay, that one is retreating. Let's go for the next one. Okay, let's go for the next one. Okay, we got one wipe. Oh, but my ally... Actually, yeah, my ally and I lost the Safi and the Dingo. I'm gonna be honest, I kinda forgot about the dingo, that's my bad.
Victory point.
Like, you know, I'm trying to show you how to play its battle group, so I get a little distracted. Anyway, yeah, as I said, the 5.5 inch has good range, great damage, and it's just a good unit overall. So I am on my way to get some Crusaders, because we need to take care of this Panzer IV. Anyway, off-map Barra's ability on this infantry. Oh, my friend got the Easy 8. So, you know, the Easy 8 has been nerfed pretty consistently, which is pretty sad, because it actually used to be one of my favorite units. Pretty much the Easy 8 compared to a normal M4, it has the buff that it has perfect accuracy when moving. Like, you know, most units, they have an accuracy debuff when moving. The Easy 8 doesn't have that, and also it has some special abilities like high explosive cell or hate swap cells. Hate swap do extra damage and penetration to enemy tanks. But from what I heard, it was nerf. Guys, get the kill on that guy. Okay, got the kill, that's all I cared for. Okay, you take care of these. Okay, my artillery has reload, so let's shoot the enemy base a little bit more. Let me repair my friend Sherman. So pretty much, the Easy 8 was the best medium tank in the game. And I mean, it probably still is. The difference is at first, it has like a really unique role. Nowadays, it's just like a slightly better, like, Sherman. So I don't really see that much use of it anymore. Like, it's not what it used to be, so that makes me kinda sad. Can we get the kill? No, I bounced. And anyway, I think we have another victory under our name.
Jolly good work.
So, you know what, overall this was another great game. I managed to showcase my strategy with the Gurkha. Like, look, this gives plus 50 speed and it makes the enemy infantry 40% less accurate. Warcry makes your infantry faster and gives plus 50% fire rate. 40 plus 50 and as I said before, your Gurkha infantry becomes Usain Bolt, their movement speed becomes crazy. Like, it kinda reminds me of the Bersaglieri before they get nerfed, just having infantry running so fast. It's really fun, but it's also really effective. But anyway, yeah, this Panzer IV survived, but it doesn't matter because we won. Overall, I will say it was a great game. Maybe I could have micromanaged some stuff better. But yeah, overall, I will say it was a good result. I hope that I teach you some valuable lessons on how to play OK. I hope you like this video. I hope I did a good job explaining why I use some battle groups in some ways. But anyway, this was everything for this video. Thanks so much for watching and see you next time.